I am Bekoe Tackie, your course instructor for INFS 111, which is information in society. You haven't met me personally before, even though you have interacted with the material that I've put online for you. Basically, my presence here is to take you through the revision, the points that we'll be looking at in the revision, and then to give you an overview of what the course is all about. But in the actual revision with you will be done by your tutors. So I trust you are ready, and you are welcome to my course. So I have a number of sessions that I will want you to focus your studies on for the purposes of the examination. These include Session 1, the impact of information in society. And then you have Session 2, definition and types of information. Then information and the communication process. You would also need to look at barriers to information transfer. And then the information cycle. You will have to look at the information cycle. As I said, there are points within each of the sessions that your tutors will take you through. Then look at Session 6.2, which is about information creation, distribution, and management institutions. Okay. You would also look at Session 7, which is information technology revolution. Then Session 8, current trends in information and communication technology. Then we'll also look at information ethics. We need to look at information ethics because it is a contemporary issue now in the world, and so far as information use generation is concerned. Okay. Then obviously, information and national development, because you need to have information before you can develop as a nation. And then finally, I would like you to look at intellectual freedom, copyright, and censorship, which are all issues that are related to information. Now, in terms of the exams, I'm going to offer you 100 objective questions, which will be made up of 75 multiple choice, and then 25 fill-ins, where you will have a passage with some missing points, and then you will provide those missing points. For your information, to be able to get yourself through the fill-in aspects of the questions, you need to focus on technical aspects of the course. Usually that is what the fill-ins are about. So I'm sure the tutors will tell you more about that. And then you will have 75, Session A will be 75 objective multiple choice questions, where you will have 4 options and you choose one option. That will make up your 100 marks or 100% for the exams. I trust that you will be able to go through. Now for the overview. Now we are told that our present era is driven by information. It is true. Everything that we do in this world today is driven by information. Without information, you cannot do anything. Initially, I'm sure those of you who have read economics, you read that there were 3 traditional factors of production, namely land, labor, and capital. And then eventually, the 4th factor was added, the entrepreneur. Today, we are told that information is the only factor of production, because if you have information, it minimizes your need for capital, labor, and entrepreneur or land. Because if you didn't have information about where you can get land and cheap land at, where are you going to go? If you didn't have information where you can get better capital in terms of interest rates, when you go to borrow from a bank, how are you going to survive? If you didn't know where you can get cheap labor, how are you going to survive? The entrepreneur needs a lot of information in order to be able to function. And so we can predict that without information, you will not be able to have access to all these things. And so with information, then you become, or information then becomes the most important factor of production. Now we describe this present era as the information age. basically because everything that we do is driven by information. For example, individuals need information, groups need information, communities need information, organizations need information. And so information plays the biggest role in every aspect of life in the society. And that's why it is now described as, our age, or our era is now described as the information age. Now, this information age, or the revolution in information, has been powered by the new inventions in information and communication technology, such that today we are generating so much information that it is hardly to keep up. It is hardly able. You are hardly able to keep up with the rate at which information is growing. For example, we are told that more information has been generated in the last 30 years than the previous 5,000 years, which is true. Even if you look at Ghana, for those of you who were born before 1990, or if you were 10 years by 1990, I am sure you will know that before 1994, there was only one radio station in Ghana, basically, GBC. It doesn't matter that you had GBC 1, GBC 2, and GBC 3. The value was the same. But today, every 10 of your tuner on your radio, you will have a new station, to the extent that there are over 50 radio stations in Accra alone. Can you imagine? Your favorite radio station, how many times are you able to listen to it 24 hours? It is not easy for you to do that. You cannot. Therefore, it is important for us to begin our studies with information, or what information does in society, which is why you start with this course. The course will introduce you to all the other aspects of the program that you are reading for in the Department of Information Studies as you go along. You realize that on a daily basis you interact with information all the time. You speak information, you listen information, you even smell information, and you taste information. Because if you are eating, how will you know that the food is tasty or not? Or how will you know that the food is salty? Your tongue will pass the information to your mind that the food that you are eating is tasty or is salty. And so information is very, very, very important in our lives and in everyday life. Information is needed in politics, it is needed in the classroom, that is education, it is needed everywhere you find yourself. And you will learn from the course, or I'm sure you have already read through the course, so you will learn that there are kinds of information, different types of information. For example, we have public domain information, we have what we call personal information, we have what we call, if you like, private information. Private information organizations are allowed to hold private information, which they use for competitive advantage. When we talk about information, and I'm sure you have heard about the phrase, information, knowledge is power. The same way, knowledge, information, they can be used interchangeably. The person who has information that the other person hasn't got has an advantage over that person. And so information is important in your individual life, it is important in the society, it is important in every aspect of life, whatever we do. So as I was saying, I'm sure you've been able to go through the various sessions within the course, and you know how to use information ethically, because of plagiarism, where you will use somebody's ideas without acknowledging the person. It is a criminal offense, so we deal with it through information ethics. Again, when you look at the communication revolution, today you can even make phone calls in flight. Formerly, you couldn't do that. And so when you look on your smartphone, you will see that there is an icon for an aeroplane, which allows you to make calls in flight. Formerly, it wasn't like that. So communication technology also keeps moving up, and we need to keep abreast with it. As I said earlier on, information, we are inundated by information. And so as you go into the course, those of you who would remain with the department through either combined major or reading a single major, you will come to realize that most of the things that you have seen in the INFS 111, that is Information in Society, are reflected in the other courses that you'll be reading up to level 400. So I'm sure if you have any questions to ask, you may direct them to your tutors when you meet with them. I'm told that your meeting with the tutors is on the 21st of this month. I wish you good luck. I'm in the Department of Information Studies on the main University of Ghana campus. If you find yourself around the department, you can always knock on my door. My name is on my door. You can always knock on my door and come. And I can explain things to you if you had any challenges. I wish you good luck in your exams. Everybody must make my day by making an A. Thank you very much.